folks are usually about as happy as they make their minds up to be. Character is like a tree and reputation its shadow. The shadow is what we think it is and the tree is the real thing. Whatever you are, be a good one. I want it said of me by those who knew me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower where I thought a flower would grow. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Be with a leader when he is right, stay with him when he is still right, but leave him when he is wrong. The ability to describe others as they see themselves. You can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. You cannot help people permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. When I'm getting ready to reason with a man, I spend 1/3 of my time thinking about myself and what I am going to say, and 2/3 thinking about him and what he is going to say. Every head should be cultivated. You cannot build character and courage by taking away people's initiative and independence. Books serve to show a man that those original thoughts of his aren't very new after all. Education does not mean teaching people what they do not know. It means teaching them to behave as they do not behave. You can't make a weak man strong by making a strong man weak. Education does not mean teaching people what they do not know. It means teaching them to behave as they do not behave. I will prepare and someday my chance will come. A capacity, and taste, for reading, gives access to whatever has already been discovered by others. Get books, sit yourself down anywhere, and go to reading them yourself. Get books, sit yourself down anywhere, and go to reading them yourself. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Those who write clearly have readers, those who write obscurely have commentators. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. All I have learned I learned from books. My best friend is a person who will give a book I have not read. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. My mind is like a piece of steel, very hard to scratch anything on it and almost impossible after you get it there to rub it out. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what light I have. That some archive great success is proof to all that can achieve it as well. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other thing. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts, and beer. I am a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have heart to let him down. The probability that we may fall in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. It shall not deter me. If you would win a man to your cause, first convince him that you are his sincere friend. I have a congenital aversion to failure. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. I laugh because I must not cry, that is all that is Al. The greatest fine art of the future will be the making of a comfortable living from a small piece of land. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. The best way to predict your future is to create it. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. Al. What kills a skunk is the publicity it gives itself. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. Nothing valuable can be lost by taking time,